What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you the full back end of Amazon Seller Central. So I'm going to walk you through everything on the back end that you need to know, such as, listing your product, Amazon advertising, what kind of settings you should change on your Amazon Seller Central account, and everything on that. So this is a perfect one if you're trying to get the most out of your Amazon Seller Central account, or you just want to see how it all works, because there's a lot to it and it can get kind of complicated, but I'm going to simplify it down and show you what you should ignore and what you should optimize for. But before we get started, I just want to welcome in anybody new to this channel. My name's Cameron James. I've been selling on Amazon for 3 years now. The first year we did $1.3 million, which was a crazy ride. Needless to say, it changed my life forever for the good. And so now I want to start making videos and tutorials of everything I know about Amazon FBA. So if you guys want to stay up to date, learn everything I learn about Amazon and e-commerce and digital marketing, everything like that, please hit that subscribe button down below and that little notifications bell so you don't miss anything I put out. Without wasting any more of your guys' time, let's just dive right into it. So when you log into your Seller Central account, this is exactly what you guys are going to see. The first thing you probably notice is there is a lot going on here. Don't get too overwhelmed here. I'm going to go through everything we need to know about this account and everything we should pay attention to and not pay attention to, so you guys can be most efficient with your time as possible, and take care of the things that are important and ignore the things that aren't. So let's just walk through this home page real quick so you guys know exactly what's going on. So they have these little widget things here. You can actually collapse them and move them and things like that. So feel free to do that. I usually don't mess with anything. Important news right here. Sometimes there's important stuff. Sometimes, it's just kind of garbage. So feel free to look through this to see if there's any new opportunities or new promotions coming out for Amazon. Next is, your orders right here. So anything that's pending, premium, unshipped, return request. So this is if you're doing FBM, fulfilled by merchant, say you're shipping out of your garage or you have a warehouse you're shipping out of. Most people won't do this, so don't worry about this until you really have to. What everybody wants to do is do fulfilled by Amazon FBA, okay? That's when they're actually sending in products to an Amazon warehouse, and Amazon is picking and packing and shipping your order for you each time a customer orders your product, and that's exactly what you want, because we want to be hands off and be able to scale our business without, buying a warehouse or using a warehouse or shipping a ton of products out of your garage. I'm not sure what this is here. You can obviously feel free to go through any of these, but I'm just going to go through the stuff you guys should really pay attention to. Visit Seller University, waste of time. Manage international listings if you have them. Great. Use that there. But everything right here you can get to in these tabs, which I'll show you here in a second. So next, the most important thing probably on this homepage is going to be on this side right here. So payment summary, sales summary, and inventory planning. So on payment summary, this is what's going on with your balance on Amazon.com. So this is important to pay attention to make sure you're actually making money, right? And figuring out what's going on with your profit, what's going on with your revenue, what kind of percentages are Amazon taking, and all that good stuff. So you can see our most recent payment was $107.43. So that's what they sent to our bank account for our last disbursement. And this is our current balance right here, which is negative $15, which is not what you want, but this account we don't sell much on. It's kind of just a burner account for now, and it's great for tutorials. So if I click this 1508, this is going to take me on the back end of what's going on with all my payments, all my fees, everything I've been charged for, everything I'm getting back from Amazon. We can see here we don't have much data, so let's go back. These are actually statement periods, so every time you get a disbursement, they'll go ahead and reset your statement period. So 15th to 29th, 1st to 15th, 18th to the 1st, so it's about a 2-week period. Let's go back to a time where I was actually selling some goods here and actually pushing some product. And we can see right here I was actually selling a bit here, not a ton, but enough to get some data. We can see, our beginning balance at the beginning of the statement was $684 right here. Orders, product charges. So this is what, Amazon's charging customers, or the money that Amazon's getting for your products essentially, right? Promo rebates right here, $358. So this is any, coupons, anything like that, promotional rebates that Amazon's giving your customers, or you're setting up on your page, which we'll go through a little later. Amazon fees right here. So this is their pick and pack, their referral fee for your product. So $167 minus right here. Other shipping and gift wrap credits, they give us $10 right here. We can go into reports and figure out what exactly this was for, but this could be negative, this could be plus right here. So subtotal $397 we're getting back versus the 557 we've got an actual revenue. Refunds they'll take back right here, so $34. They actually gave us back our referral fee right here for $4.18 to kind of help you out with that refund, which is just a minus $30.69 for that one refund. Refunds are totally normal, guys. This is part of the Amazon game, so make sure you're calculating that in for your margins. Next is selling fees, cost of advertising, which we'll go through here as well on Seller Central. And you can see I spent $335.59 on advertising during this statement period. So you can see the total balance right here, $715. You can see $684 right here. So if you did all the math right here, $397 minus 30 minus $335, you get a total of $715 when you add it to $684 there. So that's what I'm looking at right there. And then unavailable balance, Amazon always holds your money for up to 2 weeks. There's a certain portion of money to make sure that there's not a ton of refunds coming in for your product, that you're not scamming anybody or selling counterfeit goods. So just know and be aware that they'll hold a certain amount of money for a couple weeks right here. So they're actually just going to transfer 526 of 715. Doesn't mean you're losing this 189. It just means they're going to hold it for a couple more weeks or until the next statement period. Then you can see here transfers can take 3 to 5 business days to complete. So on August 8th, it took 3 to 5 days for this to appear into my bank account. So that's how the transfers work, and that's how the money works on Amazon. What I like to look at is actually transactional view. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. If I go back to, I believe it was July 24th to August 7th, we hit update. We can start to see at a per order basis right here what's going on and what money we're getting back per order. This is really important to make sure that you're making money per order and per product and really see, at a micro scale of what is going on with your Amazon account. So you can see here, I updated it to see all orders. I just go down here and put 50, 20, 10, whatever you need. And we can go back up here and see that whole statement period's worth of orders. And we can see on most of the times that we're bringing in $26.45 per order. So that's, you like to see these consistent numbers right here. You don't, these $13.80, $335, $590, $590, $189, you kind of want to pay attention to these numbers to make sure nothing funky is going on with, Amazon mischarging you, anything like that, so you can make a case on their back end and make sure that they're giving you the right amount of money. So let's click into one of these to see what's really going on. So we got $26.45 for this order. We sold one at $34.87 right here. Amazon FBA pick and pack fee is $319. Referral fee on item price is $523, so we brought back $26.45. So all you do to see your profit on this order is just to subtract your cost of goods, and then you know exactly what you're making on this order. Now it's important to go back here and to see what Amazon's charging you to make sure they're not overcharging you for referral fees. Maybe it's a different percentage you thought it was, so double check that. Or FBA pick and pack fees. So they think your package is large standard size, but you're like, no, it's small standard size, and they're charging you $1.47 more or something like that. Then you need to contact Amazon to make sure that they fix that, so all future orders, you're getting the correct amount of money back for that, and they're not charging you, an extra $1.47 per order, which can add up very, very quickly. But also you can get reimbursements if they mischarged you over a period of time. So we've gotten reimbursements for thousands and thousands of dollars because, we're selling thousands and thousands of units and they're charging us $1 or $2 extra per unit, and it really adds up fast when you're at scale. So make sure you guys are double checking that. Like I said, transactional view is one of my favorites. You can see your advertising costs right here, $335. They pull it out at a certain date or a trigger point. You can get it charged on your account, on your balance, or you can get it charged on a credit card, which I'm going to talk about a little later because there's a little hack there I want to tell you about there. But you can also see, current reserve amount. So that's the 189 they're holding. So you probably see these negative 590 orders. Let me cover that real quick. So these are actually multi-channel fulfillment orders. So say you have a photographer you want to take photos of your product. Say you have a customer off of Amazon you want to send a unit to. Say you have influencers you want to send bottles to. There's actually something called multi-channel fulfillment where you can just plug in the address and their information and send it off, and they just charge you for shipping and picking and packing. And that's exactly what this negative 590 is. So get familiar with this, guys. This is going to be your best friend for figuring out, if you're getting charged correctly and seeing profit back on your account. Let's go back to the home page here. Let's go back down and cover sales summary and inventory planning. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get to all these tabs right here and what you should know and what you shouldn't know. So, listing a product, advertising, reports, and also settings where there's a couple of very, very important things to know over there. So let's cover these things just step by step so I don't overwhelm you. Sales summary right here is just telling you, how many sales have you gotten today, 7 days, last 7 days we had 1 order, last 15 days we had 3 orders, last 30 days we had 14 orders, and you can see your sales stats right here. This is gonna be your best friend because when you start selling it gets addicting. You're just gonna check and refresh this all the time to see if you've gotten any more additional sales for the day, which is fun. I get it. It's definitely a dopamine rush, and I'm excited for you to experience that. Next is inventory planning. This is important to make sure that you have the right metrics. You always want to stay in the green here and not go into the red. If you go into the red, you're going to have inventory restrictions and all that good stuff. If you go in the red anyways, you're paying extra for your inventory and your storage fees anyways, so you don't want to get in here. This will just tell you how to stay in the green. If any of these 4 metrics are off, then it's going to skew to the red. So make sure days in inventory 365 plus. That's not good. You want to be kind of in that 90 to 180 day range. SKUs to restock today 0. That's good. Excess unit 437. That's bad. That means I have extra inventory in stock here that could turn to long-term storage fees or just keep hurting my inventory performance index. If you don't know the story behind the count, we tried selling CBD oil and hemp oil on Amazon. It did not go well. It got saturated way fast. It was good for about 2 or 3 months. I got a whole video on it explaining it. If you guys are interested, feel free to go back on the channel and take a look at that. But that explains the excess units and the days in inventory 365 plus and the lack of sales right here. SKUs with stranded inventory 0 here. Usually if your listing gets suppressed or something happens on your listing where it's just inactivated for a little bit, your SKUs will go to stranded inventory, and Amazon does not like stranded inventory, so make sure you guys take care of that. But you can literally just click into here to see your metrics as a whole. You can see about the excess inventory right here, inventory age, restock inventory right here, notifications, your performance right up here, restock inventory, manage excess inventory, inventory age. So it goes into great detail. Just know you're trying to run lean because you should do this anyways for your business, and you'll stay in that green if you just run lean and make sure you're moving product. So to go back to the homepage here, that is pretty much it for the homepage. You really don't have to worry about anything. I scroll down here just to check inventory planning, sales summary, and to make sure my payments are going through and I'm not seeing red like this. I'll take a look at news right here to make sure I'm not missing anything. With everything going on right now, you might want to check these updates to make sure nothing crazy is going on with Amazon. Your orders, this is not important, but fulfilled by Amazon, you can see what's going on here. This little stat board is kind of helpful too to make sure everything is going smoothly. Open orders are just orders that Amazon hasn't shipped out yet. So maybe their credit card payment hasn't gone through. Maybe it's still in the warehouse and they haven't shipped it out yet. Once they've shipped the product out and the payment's gone through, this will close and that product will be shipped out and that will come back to your balance on Amazon. 7 days sales, obviously you know what that is. Buyer messages, this is probably the most important thing on this stat board right here. It used to be one of these widgets right here, but you want to make sure you're answering all your messages from your buyers. You can go in here and click 0. So obviously I have no messages here, but they'd pop up right here. Say an order got misplaced. Say you have a red and a green flavor and they ordered red and they got green instead. Well, maybe instead of them giving you a 1-star review, they actually just send you a message real quick on Amazon and say, hey, this got mixed up. Can you fix it? Then you want to make sure you're responding promptly to help them solve that issue. That way they're not leaving 1-star reviews. So this is where your customer service comes into play. It also has an effect on your metrics. You can see right here, 24-hour target. Amazon wants you to answer these under 24 hours. Over 24-hour target, and can start to affect your performance ratings and everything like that. You don't want to do this anyways. I'm not sure what happens if you keep letting messages go in the red. I've never let it happen, but just aim to have good customer support. You can hire a VA to help you with this. If you're starting to scale, it's exactly what we do, but that's something you should know about and always take care of when it comes in. Before I show you how to add a product, I quick want to go over settings. There's some important stuff in here. You can see there's a ton of different tabs right here. So let's go into account info and check that out. So this is where your bank information is. So where Amazon's depositing the money they get for you. You're most likely going to put that in at the beginning when you set up your Seller Central account. They're going to ask for this. Just make sure it's the bank account for your business or whatever you're using for the long term. You can change this, but it's hard. It's a really annoying thing to do. So make sure if you can do it correctly the first time, just do that. Charge methods is an important one. You make sure you have a credit card, an internationally chargeable credit card on file with Amazon at all times. Do not use a debit card here. They could suspend you for that. Next, we got charge methods for advertising. So this is where that little hack I was talking about earlier comes in. So when you get charged on Amazon for advertising your Amazon PPC, which we'll go over that tab here in a bit, they can either charge that from your seller balance, which the area on the home screen went through earlier, or you can charge that straight to a credit card. So that $338 we were talking about earlier can go right on a credit card. Why this is cool is because of reward points, especially business reward points. So I use this to get free miles for flights, internationally. If you guys, follow me on anywhere, Facebook, things like that, I like to travel. So I get a ton of airline points for this. And if you're gonna spend money on advertising anyways, might as well do it the most efficient way possible, right? Getting 1.5% cash back, maybe more. My card has 3x miles, per dollar spent for advertising. So this is super helpful for me to rack up those miles and travel the world. So I hope you guys take advantage of that one. It's essentially just free money or free savings right there. The rest of the stuff, you don't have to worry about so much. Feel free to, go through here and check it out. Display name, if you wanted to change your storefront name, everything like that, you can do that here. You can change your business address, official registered address, things like that. Shipping and returns is for merchant fulfilled. So if you're doing FBA, you really don't have to worry about this too much. Go back to settings over here, notification preferences. So if you hate getting emails, go into here and uncheck some boxes. Login settings, so that's your username, your email you log into, and your password. Return settings, this is only important if you're doing FBM, not FBA. Gift options, we can go in here and take a look real fast. So if we go in here, you actually want to enable these settings right here. This lets customers buy gifts and gift wrap them for family that they're sending their Amazon packages to. So you want to go ahead and enable this. If you guys don't do this, because I've actually never done this on the back end, you can actually do this on a per product basis. So when you make your product, there'll be an option to select gift wrapping for it. So that's where I always did this. I did not know they had a default setting for it now, but that is great there. Shipping settings, again, this is for FBM. Tax settings, if you want to go through there and kind of figure out what's going on in taxes, how that works, go ahead there. Again, I'm not, a CPA or anything like that, so I can't give you any, advice and legal advice on that. User permissions, this is important for two reasons. One, if you want a VA to help you with customer service, get stats for you, check things out on your Amazon account, they're gonna need user permissions to get into your account. Number two is this will stop you from sending out your email and your password to business partners and everybody like this. You don't want to do this. So say someone in the Philippines logs in with my main account information, Amazon's gonna flag this and possibly suspend your account. You do not want this. You want to send anybody getting in your account user permissions and get them a separate login, especially when you have multiple Amazon accounts. Because if I sign in on someone else's account and I have multiple accounts, Amazon could connect the dots. They could say this guy's trying to open up more than one account because Amazon only allows you to have one account and suspend all the accounts connected to that one account you're trying to log into. So you do not want that at all, and you want to make sure you get everybody user permissions that needs it. You can go on here too, say your VA, you're like, oh, he's from the Philippines, I don't know, it's kind of sketchy. You can adjust his permissions based on what you want him to see. So if you don't want to see your bank information or your advertising reports and everything like that, you can just go ahead and click off those permissions and just allow him to see certain things. So it's very important there, guys. The last two right here, I want to go through fulfillment by Amazon. So I get a lot of questions asking, Cameron, I'm sending a shipment. They want me to send it into 3 to 4 different locations. That's ridiculous. My shipping cost is super high. You can actually go to inventory placement option right here, go to edit and set this off. What this does is Amazon will go ahead and say, instead of sending your inventory into 3 locations, we're going to take it in 1. We're just going to charge you a cost for spreading the inventory around. So you gotta make sure it's cost effective to do this. We've done this in the past, and to be honest with you, it's actually been cheaper every time to send it to 3 different fulfillment warehouses than to have Amazon place the inventory themselves and send it just to 1 fulfillment center. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it too much. If you have standard goods, you usually don't have to go through this, but say you have oversized goods, Amazon wants you to send these goods into 3 different warehouses instead of 1 because it costs so much to ship them around to the whole USA and all their fulfillment centers. So if you don't know what this issue is, good for you. That's a very big pro, but you can go ahead and change a few other settings back here, right? Subscription settings, subscribe and save. So you have a supplement. This is great to turn on right here. Multi-channel fulfillment settings. So if you want to get a default, pack slip going with those and everything like that, export settings, all that good stuff is back here. Most of the stuff I really don't mess with. Inventory placement option is just one common question I get a ton of. Seller fulfilled exports. This is if you want to do global express. So Amazon actually has a program where you can send your products globally and they'll ship them out for you. If you're eligible for this, go ahead and sign up for it. There's no cons essentially for it. It's just extra sales and extra money. Not saying you're going to get a ton of extra sales from it, but any extra sale is a plus there. So those are all the settings, guys. Anything I skipped over is probably not important, so don't worry about it too much. Feel free to, explore everything yourself. But, I've been doing this for about 3 years now. They add stuff, they take things away, and I've been using about 90% of the same features only for about 3 years now. So I just want to make sure that, I'm being efficient with your guys' time and giving you only information you guys do need and not filling your heads with a bunch of stuff you don't need. So next I want to talk about adding products. So this isn't too bad right here. We can actually just go to add products in catalog. So what happens here is Amazon actually prompts you to go find a product that's already selling on Amazon. We don't want to do this, especially if you're doing private label. This is for like wholesale or retail arbitrage, anything like that, which I don't do too much with. I don't really like those models too much. What we're going to do here is actually add a new product so we can brand it and do all that good stuff and get a good margin. And we're going to do that right here by I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. So the first thing they ask for is the product category. So what type of product are you selling? You can scroll through here if you're not sure. You can click into this and click into baby and clothing, baby boys, baby girls. You see how far this can go. Bibs and birth cloths, bibs and birth cloth sets, birth cloths. Right here, you can select category, or you can just search it, which is exactly what I would do. So say we're doing like a sectional sofa cover. So I can search that right here, sofa slip covers. So I hit select category right there. Next, this is going to take you into the information about your product. So this is where you're going to put your UPC in, which you can get on Nationwide Barcodes or on GS1. I recommend Nationwide Barcodes if you're not trying to go retail or anything like that, just because it's way cheaper and they're still working on Amazon. Then you put your title in right here, your brand name right here, and manufacturer right here. So, say you have a sofa slipcover and you want to be the brand name Sofa Pros Plus or something like that, right? So you'd actually just put Sofa Pro Plus right here, just because you are technically the manufacturer if you get this thing sourced over in China and put your private label on it. So you're the manufacturer there, so just put your brand name. Something super important to know here, guys, for brand name, they actually don't accept any brand names here unless you're brand registered or trademarked already. So what you actually have to do here is put NA right here to get past and get to the next step. For some reason, this used to be just Sofa Pro Plus, you could put right here, but if you're not brand registered, they're not letting you put brand names into this section. So just put NA for right now right here. Once you get brand registered, this should take care of itself. But again, don't waste your money on a trademark and brand registry until you've proved your product. So again, you're gonna put your title right here and your UPC. You can do variations right here. So say you have different colors, you can go ahead and put color right here in blue, red, green, all that good stuff, add variations. And once you hit add variations, it's gonna go down here, blue, red, green, you can see that there. But you're gonna actually need UPC codes for every single variation you use, which is totally normal. Again, that's why Nationwide Barcodes is awesome, because they're like $5 a piece. So just make sure you're using separate UPCs here. If you're doing private label, you're gonna put new right here for condition. You can put your price and quantity here. For quantity, always put 0 at first, because it's actually doing FBM by default. So put 0 here, that way no one can buy your product that doesn't exist yet. You can change this to FBA, which I'll show you here in a bit. You can put your price right here. Color map, you can put this if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If you have the variation, I don't really see why this is important, but you can put blue for blue right here. Next is offer here, and you can see they're just doing a fulfillment channel. I want to ship this item myself, merchant fulfilled. Like I talked about, we're not doing this, we're doing FBA. So you want to click Amazon will ship and provide customer service fulfilled by Amazon. This is new. Sometimes this puts your product in FBA mode right away, sometimes it doesn't. Again, I'll show you how to change that here at the end. Images, and you start putting images right here, but it's not required at first. Just put the UPCs in it first, then you'll be able to make your listing. Then that will pop out your Amazon barcode, so you can give this to your manufacturer to put this on your box and everything like that. So don't worry about images. Don't worry about filling out the complete detail like the price and get everything perfect at first. Usually you're just making a listing at first to get your Amazon barcode, to get it up and going, and to get that information over to your manufacturer and to be able to make shipping plans. That way you can get your product in and everything like that. So once you hit save and finish here, obviously I can't because I didn't put a UPC in. We can go to Amazon Seller Central. I'll just show you where these pop up. So inventory is going to be your second tab. I don't use any of these features besides manage inventory. and manage FBA shipments. Okay, so managed inventory is where your listing is going to pop up. You can see our sofa slipcover. I've actually used this for another example, so that's why it's right here, which is awesome for this example. And you can see it's right here ready to go. So if you want to change to FBA, which is what we're all doing, it's this button right here, change to fulfilled by merchant. It says right now just because it's already an FBA. So just double check that. If it says fulfilled by merchant right here, that means it's already an FBA. But if it says change to fulfilled by Amazon right here, that means you go ahead and click that to change it to FBA. Next, guys, say you get your photos done and everything like that, you're gonna go ahead and click edit right here, and you can get back to all that information you're just at, but in even more detail. So your price, your sales price right here, which is actually what I mess with. So I like to put my price really high, and then I like to put my sales price at the price I'm actually trying to sell it for. You put the date in right here, whatever date it is at that day, and then you go, all the way back, put it 3, 4, 5 years in the future. And what happens here is Amazon just puts you at a sale price. So this is what you're selling it for. But say, there's a huge increase in demand for your product, you can go ahead and raise this without Amazon, saying that you're price gouging, anything like that, because traditionally your price is $50. You just have a sale price at $30. That's been working really well for me to be able to bump my price up $5 to $10 during the holidays, during increased demands, without Amazon saying I'm price gouging and taking away my buy box, which don't worry about the details. Just go ahead and set it up this way so you guys are protected for the future. I don't do a manufacturer suggested retail price anymore. I don't do anything for that. This is what I was talking about for the gift message and gift wrap. You can do that per product base. Say, you don't want anybody ordering more than 100 at a time. You can put that here. Say you don't want people doing I-99 tracking on you. You go ahead and put that quantity down to whatever you want, and they can only see up to 50 in stock. And you can see vital info over here. So this is where your title, your UPC, everything like that is. Variations, you can start messing around with that. Images right here, so you can start to add images if you have them already. In description, you can see here, this is where you're going to change your product description. So if we go to Amazon, I'm just going to show you this on the listing real quick. We go to lemon squeezer. Let's go here, and we go, to this little guy right here, and we scroll down. Let's see. Okay, so product description. So, you can put spacing here and everything like that, bold things, make a list. And so that's what you do right here. It's not very hard. There's only a few little tags you have to put in. You're just going to make sure that looks nice so it's not in one big block paragraph because no one's going to read that. Key product features. So these are your bullets. So you get 5 of these right here, and they go right up. Let's see, right up here. Make sure these look good and have benefits right there. So that's how you change those. Otherwise, don't worry about this stuff. Keywords, this is where you put your back-end keywords in. So subject matter and search terms are going to be your most important fields. So you put your best keywords in here after doing your keyword research. So if it's sofa slipcover gets 10,000 searches a month and the top sellers are using this in your title, you're going to put that in your subject matter and your search terms. Any other keywords that don't quite fit in your title and your description, your bullets, you can put in these 3 categories right here. More details, you can go back here. If you have batteries, if you have volume, things like that, you can change it all back here. Usually I don't mess with this too much. If I have, shipping weight that needs to be changed, go ahead here. Item display weight, volume, wattage, anything crazy like that. If your product has a lot of specific details, this is probably where you're changing that information, but usually I don't even go back here. So that's how you edit your listing, guys. Let's go back and cover a few more things. So like I said, manage FBA shipments is another tab I go into. So this is actually where you make your shipments to get sent into Amazon. So you can see this one right here, dog hemp order, 250 units, 09/17/2019. That was a while ago, obviously, but you can see we have shipped 250 in. We got 249, so we hopefully got reconciled for that one they missed or lost, or maybe I only sent in 249 by mistake. I'm not sure. Destination, this is actually the Amazon warehouse right here. So if you want to send in more dog hemp oil, you want to make that, go to manage inventory, and you're going to go ahead and go to that product. You're going to hit this little tab, and you're going to hit send replenish inventory. And this is where you make your shipping plan. Exactly what we were just looking at before, but this is the back end. So, case pack products means that you're only setting in 1 SKU per box, which is most of the times. Individually products, this is usually for retail arbitrage when you have 5 units of like 50 other units, right, that you're trying to sell and flip. So don't worry about that too much. If you guys need more help, what's this? It's going to tell you more details about that. I'm not sure why that's doing that. I think they're doing updates today because I was kicked off earlier, but no big deal. You guys should be in the clear there. Again, if you need help, you can always go right here and type in, case packed products. Not sure if it's going to work just because they're doing those updates. Let's see, there it goes. So you can get information right here about case pack products. But let's move on from here, guys. Pricing, like I said, I don't worry about this. Orders is where you can see all your orders and the customer information that they give you. Again, they don't give you much. So you can see all the orders. You can see, what kind of product is being, bought, how many, quantity wise, what's the item subtotal, what type of product, everything like that. And you can mess around with these filters to see more and more, but usually won't mess around that too much. Next is advertising reports. This is where we're going to set up your PPC campaign. So if we go back to Lemon Squeezer, I go back right here. This is where you're going to set up listings like this. So sponsored listings. So say we want to get more sales on the word lemon squeezer for our lemon squeezer. We're going to bid on the word lemon squeezer and we're going to rank, right here. So this is important to know when we want to start, bidding on other keywords, getting more sales on different keywords, and start ranking for keywords, right? Because if I get more sales on lemon squeezer, my organic listing is just going to rank up higher and higher. You can see this guy's dominating the field with 2 listings right next to each other. That's the ideal situation. That's what you want because he's gotten so many sales right here. He's most likely gotten to this spot, over time. So next is A+ content. This is when your product is brand registered, you have a trademark, everything like that. So if we go to Bose, a big brand right there, we can check out if they have this enhanced brand content. Obviously, they're probably trademarked if they're a big brand like Bose. But if we can go down here with everything loading on this dang page, we can see that they have brand enhanced content right here, or enhanced brand content, sorry. And we can see, they have videos right here, great graphics. It's pretty much like a website, right? We can see this is interactive, different, features of the headphones themselves. And, we can scroll through here. We have comparison charts. So this is actually a perfect example because they use like every feature and every benefit of enhanced brand content. Similar products right here. So it's important when you get brand registered. This is more advanced stuff, but I just want to show you where that's at. Next, we have early reviewer program. This is an important one. So when you have your product and you're just getting started, the most important thing is to get your first reviews. So this is a program Amazon set up where you can actually just register for $60 and you can get up to 5 reviews. So Amazon actually sends emails and bribes these customers with $5 gift cards to leave a review on your product. And you can see here we got 5 for the pet one, and we actually got 6 for the human ones. So what I do when I enroll in one of these, I actually push as many sales as possible because Amazon's gonna send out a ton of emails. So the more sales I have, the more emails they send out. And that's why I got 6 here. I've gone up to 9 or 11, somewhere in around that double-digit range when I've been able to, push a ton of sales. So you can see the reviews right here. So these are from real people. They're great, 5-star review right there, which is awesome. If you have a great product, obviously you have nothing to worry about. You could see some 4 stars in there, maybe a 3. Don't be alarmed if that happens. But, when you're really struggling to get your first review and your first 5 reviews, first 10 reviews, you need to enroll in this program. I think this is a no-brainer. $60 for 5 reviews, even 6 reviews is a great, great bargain. So this next tab is the Vine program. So this is actually for more reviews, but this is only if you're brand registered and if you have under 30 reviews. So if you have a trademark early in the game and you want more reviews to pay for, go ahead and go into the Vine and that will help you out there. Next is deals. This is fun for, doing lightning deals and all that good stuff. I don't use it quite as much as I used to, but you can see you get lightning deals right here, 7-day deals right here, any deal type right here. So it doesn't look like any of my products are eligible, but most products are. Let's use this one to see if that works. So it doesn't look like any of my products are actually eligible for the deals right now, which is to be expected because I don't do much volume on this account. But when you get going and you get some consistent volume and sales velocity, you should be eligible for these deals. Go take a look at them. Especially if you have high margins, these are great just to push more traffic. So you do like a 30% off lightning deal where Amazon's going to push your product to a bunch of people looking for these deals, and you're going to get a ton of sales influx, which is just going to help you rank and hopefully make more sales, which in turn makes you more money, right? So it's a big snowball effect of, if it makes you money, then it's a no-brainer. Just run these all the time and just get more and more velocity. So next we have coupons. So coupons is a big one these days. So we actually can make coupons on our product page. So if we go to manage inventory here, we click on our hemp oil, we can see I'm running a dang 50% off coupon on this product page. So if someone clicks this, they get half off this price right here. Again, I don't suggest you doing 50% off your coupons. It's something I'm just testing because we don't move much volume. I'm just trying to get rid of them. So I wanted to see what that would do for sales and velocity organically. Yours are going to more likely look like, 10% off, 15% off, or $5 off, or $10 off maybe just $2 off. These are great to get, better conversions on your page because people, get a little tick of dopamine when they hit that box and they're more likely to check out. So I suggest if you have the margins for it, make sure you run some type of coupon. It's 60 cents when someone uses it plus the amount you get off. So take that into account. But if you have the margin, like I said, you should be all good there, and the extra boost in conversion rate should really help you out. Next is promotions. So say, you have 2 or 3 items that you sell or variations and you want to encourage people to buy all 3, you can do percentage off right here or buy one, get one. And say, if you buy all 3, you get 15% off. They don't do a good job of displaying this on your product page. Say, you can set up a code, say 15 off for 3 or something like that. Well, they don't display this on the product page very well to inform the customer if they buy all 3, they get 15% off. So what I do is I usually make an infographic or a photo to show that deal on that photo. That way more people can see it and take advantage of it. Otherwise, it's just this little link that Amazon puts in this promotions little tab on the display page, and people just don't see it. So if you want to run one of these deals, which I suggest you do because it helps moving more volume, and more volume means better ranking and pushing up on more keywords. So if you guys want to do that, make sure you get it on an infographic or something like that to show more people about it. So that's the advertising section. It's probably the biggest one in here. It's the one I use the most of, especially Campaign Manager for PPC. So the next one is stores. So you can actually make a storefront on Amazon if you're brand registered. So let's see if we can find one real quick here. Let's go to Adidas. Let's see if they have one, and I'll show you what one of these looks like. If we go to one of these guys, and then we click on the brand Adidas here, we can see this is their storefront here. So we can have all their products right here. Just some nice, it's pretty much just like a website on Amazon, essentially what it is. So you can click in and display more goods. And if you have a couple products, 3 or 4 products, then you can go ahead and set one of these up, which is just going to help, with any traffic that gets there to convert better and see your brand as a reputable brand. Next is reports. This is an important one. So advertising reports is where we're going to get our PPC data, which is important for optimizing and finding new keywords. You can just go to create report right here, go to the date range you want, say we went the 3rd to the 21st, and go ahead and hit run report. Report types right here. Don't worry about anything at first until search term. Search term is what you want to master first. It's going to have all the data you need. This is more advanced stuff that I usually don't even use unless I really want to dive in, get dirty, and do some crazy stuff, which a couple products I do this with, but in most times I don't even have to bother with those. So run report right here, we'll go ahead and get that date range for you. It takes a little bit to load right here, pending. Eventually this will go right here so you can download. I usually just hit refresh and it pops up, there it goes. Sometimes it hits 2 when you do refresh, but no big deal. And then it gets an Excel sheet right there for you. So that's reports for advertising. These are all pretty important. Tax document, like I said, I don't go much into the taxes. Return reports are important to understand what's going on with your returns, right? Advertising reports is probably the one you're going to be using the most of. Fulfillment's important to kind of get some back-end data about your customers and really what's going on with your inventory, right? So you get inventory, sales, payments, fee preview, monthly storage fees. So make sure, if you love data, get back here, figure this stuff out because it's only going to help you kind of understand, what Amazon's taking, what you get charged for, what you get reimbursed for, and all that good stuff. Business reports is probably the second most important tab here. So if your main dashboard here, you can actually see your sales, by week, by year, wherever. If we go to custom date right here, let's go all the way back to when I actually had some freaking sales, May, I think it was. Hit apply. You can see your monthly sales, by day. See, June 1st we sold none, June 4th we sold 2, and you can just see this. We had a little spike here, which was fun at the time, but then this is when all the competition came in and all that good stuff right there. So you can see your sales by that date range. If you go to, let's say year to date, you can actually see, this year's sales right here compared to last year's sales right there, which is kind of cool. You can see, your total order items, units ordered, total volume and revenue right here, average units per order, average sales per order item. So this is good just to see your sales and see what's going on. If you're doing better than last month, or you just want to check out your sales over a certain time period, this is where you go. The second part I always usually go to is by ASIN right here, detail page, sales and traffic. The cool thing is here, if I go back to that date range, guys, hang with me here. we can see that we get a bunch of data for our ASINs. So this one is for the pets, the hemp oil, and this one's for the humans. So we can see sessions right here. So this is actually how many unique people have visited that page. Page views are page views in total. So if one of the sessions comes back and looks at the page 3 or 4 times, it'll rack up page views right here. Buy box percentage, this is important for private label. Usually it should be around 99% to 100% always there. Units ordered 122. Units ordered by B2B. So there's actually business profiles on Amazon that buy goods. This is important if you have office products, things like that, to know what's going on. Unit session percentage, which is essentially just like conversion rates, a little more complicated, but I won't get into that. But you see 6.47% converted and bought on my page out of all the sessions. That's actually a terrible rate. Yours should be around 20 to 30% most likely. When you're first getting started with no reviews, 5 reviews, this is going to be a lot lower, but your goal when you get like 50 to 100 reviews should be 20 to 30%, if not higher. You can see sales right here, B2B sales and everything like that. You can see that the human one had a little more stats for it. 8.5 unit session percentage right here, which is a little better than the pet one. A little more sales with this human one as well. So this is where you see stats. This is important to come back here and check this unit session percentage to make sure that you have a high one and people are actually converting on your page. So say you're sending a bunch of traffic in with PPC and you have 50 reviews and they're all 5 stars. Well, for some reason people are coming but not converting. Go check this out. And if this is low, you need to start maybe you need to add better images, better display your product, get better bullets that sell, get a better product description. Maybe your price is wrong or something like that. So this is a good place to look to make sure that the traffic going to your Amazon page is actually converting. So reports, Amazon Selling Coach, don't worry about this. Payments, you can go through there a little bit, just talking about your actual payments to Amazon and from Amazon, things like that. Performance, I don't go into here much. A to Z guaranteed claims, you can go check this out. Performance notifications, if you get some like suspension warning, things like that, this is where it's going to be at. Hopefully you don't have to deal with that. Account health, this just goes through some, say you're not answering your messages, you get complaints. This is where you're going to see that account health. Apps and services, I don't mess much with this. The only thing I might mess with is explore services. And you can see Amazon's got a bunch of people that actually do Amazon tailored services for you. So account management, accounting, advertising, optimization, they're all overpriced and I don't like any of them. The only one I recommend is IP Accelerator right here. They actually have lawyers who will trademark your product for you. And if you do this on here, instead of waiting that traditional 6 to 12 months to get your trademark, just because the Patent and Trademark Office of the government is so friggin' slow, if you do it through here, Amazon will actually know that you're going through the trademark process and let you get brand registered within a month or two while your trademark is still being filed. So this is great if you're trying to get, enhanced brand content, get a video on your listing and get going there. So I recommend everybody on Amazon who wants to get brand registered gets their trademark through one of these guys, so you can go ahead and not wait 6 to 12 months. Next is B2B. This is important. Again, if you have office products and you start to do volume, go ahead in here and set up your business profile. This allows business profiles on Amazon to see more about your business, and it helps conversions. They can even send you quote requests. So, if they want to buy 1,000 of your units, they'll send you a quote and say, hey, can you do 1,000 units at $5 a pop? And you can negotiate back and forth with them, reject the offer, accept the offer, all that good stuff. So make sure you fill this out, especially when you're doing volume, but at first it's not so important. But if you have office products and you have goods that go to, businesses and things like that, this is very important, because if you can bump your business sales up, you can do large amounts of volume very, very fast. And if you want to know if business customers are actually buying your product and it's, a very viable option for you to, focus on business customers, go into reports and go back to business reports here and go by ASIN. You can see those B2B sales. And if you're doing, maybe, 50 to 100 per month, or, 20 to 30% of your sales from business customers, then you need to focus on business customers, because that's a very big percentage of your customers. Next, guys, is this little tab right here. So if we're selling in Canada or Mexico or Europe or Germany, you can switch between your Canadian account, your Mexico account, your German account, all that good stuff right here. .com is obviously USA. And just one more thing, guys, before we wrap up. I know this is a long video, but this is just as important as everything else. Contact us. So if Amazon's screwing you, or you need to fix something on your product page, or you need to contact them, go to Contact Us right here, and you can go down to Get Support, Selling on Amazon, And then we can make cases right here. So say, product reviews, someone left a terrible review on your account that's fake and you know it, and you want to go ahead and submit this to try to get removed. This is where you do that right here. Or you fix a product page, say, you try to upload your title and things like that. This is where you try to do that right here. If it's not working on your end, brand, images, bullet points, anything you're having troubles with, this is where you go. Your account, let's see, account fees, things like that. Reinstate your account if you got suspended. Fulfillment by Amazon is a big one if you have shipping problems or order issues. Other issues right here, make a suggestion, deal coupons. So if you need to make a case and get things fixed, this is where you go right here. And then once you make a case, you can go to your case log, which is right here, or just search it right here. And you can see, this previous case log right here. Obviously this one's very old, so we can't see anything right there, but you can see everything you guys communicated back and forth. They'll give you a response right here. Then you can respond to their response and just go back and forth until the issue is fixed. Again, they're not perfect. They have a lot of outsourcing when it comes to customer service. So if your issue is not getting fixed, just make another case and then make another case. Sometimes I have to make 4 or 5 cases just to fix one little issue. That's just part of the Amazon game, which sucks, I know, but it is just something we have to deal with their huge customer base and the money that they're making us. But that is it, guys. I know that was a long one. If you're still here, thank you. I appreciate that. This should save you hours and hours and days of time, because it took me 3 years to figure out what everything was and what you should actually pay attention to and not pay attention to. So when you're first starting, you might get the basics down, but you might forget some really crucial points. So hopefully that saves you a ton of time and gives you a little insight of what it looks like when selling on Amazon and what to expect. If you guys haven't got started yet and you need advanced help, step-by-step help, I do have a mentorship program that's in a link down below. I only take a few students per month, so if you guys are super serious about getting started and getting started the right way and learning everything I know about Amazon FBA step-by-step and getting all the resources I have, make sure you get that link down below and join right away. You do not want to wait. But otherwise, guys, if you got any questions at all, put them in the comments down below. I answer them all personally. And make sure you watch the next video, wherever that is on the screen, and learn more and more about Amazon FBA. All right, guys, I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.